siyabangena.
Ibuyile i-trendsetter. Mana kithi sobona amanda. Ibuyile i-trendsetter.
Yo, we out here, you know, well, you know, it's a gang of cats, you know what I mean? So, you know, we got Inseezy over here, you know, Inseezy. You know, we got Breeze up in here.
Yeah, siyabangena.
Ex-B-boy,
Yes.
your ex maybe also. We got IMX, it's how you pronounce it?
It's MX.
MX. We got
yeah.
MX here, you know. He's a designer, so you just couldn't just put an M and an X in the mix. You have to be complicated with it, you know.
Yeah.
Gents, let's get it. Firstly, you're on tour.
Yeah.
And that's why you're in Joburg, straight out of Durban, by the way. Recognize.
Issue Durban, issue.
We fly domestic too.
Local.
You know. So, gents, I mean, you're on your tour. Firstly,
Yeah.
tell people about the tour. And just a little bit about yourselves, how you guys got together to make this tour happen. You know?
Gladly. First of all, Slick, I would like to say thanks for having us here. Sibona other rappers on the balcony interview, man. So like this is crazy for us. Sibona Oak TV and stuff like that. So we say to ourselves, we will get on the balcony interview one day. So the independent tour is 3 homies, solo artists from Durban. We got an opportunity from Samro and Concert SA. We got an email. If you're a Samro member, you got that email.
That email.
Yeah, so we got that email. He saw it, I saw it, and they were like, yo, let's put on Inseezy on this tour. Then we did a concept, we applied for it, and luckily we got it. We're the first rappers independently to get this funding from Samro and Concert SA.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? What spots are you hitting? Is Samro paying for the locations? Are they selecting your locations? Who's involved with the logistics?
We're doing everything. Samro just came with the foundation. You know, it wasn't something serious, you know. So they gave us that foundation and like, yo, boys, do you know. We had to reach out, call homies, like, can you get us on this radio show? Can you get us on this gig? So it's practically us doing everything, you know, and this tour is specifically to show up and coming rappers or independent homies that you can do it yourself, you know. You just read your email, sort out your read your email, sort out your life, man, you know.
Or have a friend that reads emails like Inseezy.
The homies Inseezy, MX, Breeze, we've been rolling 8 years together in the scene.
8 years.
I was dancing while the homies were rapping too. So.
Alright. So basically, you guys have been rolling as homies, or you've been rolling as a group?
Well, we're not really a group actually. We're solo artists. But I think it became more solidified when we had that 031 Avengers thing there. So when that happened, obviously there's the 3 of us, then there's 2 other rappers,
Champ
and Champ. But at the moment, I think Champ was working on production. He was doing a lot of recordings. Then HCL was working on his album as well.
Yeah.
So we had projects out already, so we just figured, you know, rather just take the music to the people instead of just depending on just putting it on the internet.
Alright. Shout out to Samro for actually doing that. I never knew you guys do that. Maybe I need to read my emails too. So with that being said, how has it been? Which cities have you gone to right now?
We started in Durban. We had the kickoff with Red Bull. We did a corner to corner with them. Then later on that night, we had the opening show at Absolute. Then the next day, we went to PMB at Exclusive Lounge. We did a gig there as well. With Maraza for his blind album launch. Then the next day, we came up to Joburg. Then we had
Moloko.
We had Moloko on Sunday,
On Sunday, and we had like a pop-up shop at the Petrol Milk Shop.
Okay. And how's the reception?
The reception has been fairly. People are supporting it. Especially like the media people, which we weren't expecting, because media, it's like you're always knocking and you get a lot of no's before you get yeses. So we just really. Thankful for the reception from them and obviously the people. That's why we made the merch. We got quite a lot of people supporting it, but like more than everything, we're just really thankful that the people are supporting the music as well. People are checking out who we are, who we've worked with, and there's like a lot of stories, like a lot of untold stories, especially with regards to Durban and KZN hip hop that's captured throughout these 3 projects. So the reception is fairly well, but then, as you know, you got to keep pushing to reach a further audience and not just limit it to Twitter and Facebook.
So, with that being said, how is the reception just in Durban? What's the scene like in Durban, all right? So let's just talk about it like this, right? The levels of how far or how high you'd be in a rank, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say in Joburg, because we're still getting to know you, let's say you're sitting on a 4, right? You know what I mean? You know when Twitter's got a trending map?
Yeah.
You like, so let's say you're sitting on a 4, right? A 4 meaning that out of 10, right? You're sitting at a 4, right? And with regards to being known. And then in Durban, right, like, what would you be sitting on?
In Durban, I'm probably sitting on 10.
Alright?
Yeah, because I've been
Stage guy.
I've been pushing for a while. And all 12 got 12 nominations in the KZN Original Music Awards.
Alright.
Man, even trap, I've been trapping since before. You know, we come from the live check era also.
Yeah.
The all elements, b-boy, graffiti, and all that. So I'd say I'm sitting at a 10.
I don't know necessarily.
Speak
Considering, because before I was a solo artist, I was part of a group called Niche Fam, which had me, him, and Masandi in it. So we were kind of like the guys that kind of started the thing there, you know, outside of the old heads, like the newer kids. So I mean, even breaking off from there, you know, the buzz has kind of always been there in Durban, you know, and that's how actually I also managed to know a few artists that were based this side as well. So I'll comfortably say like a 9.
Alright.
Is it, man?
Comfortable with it? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say you lying.
As a mix, I'd give myself a strong 7. Just because I'm always affiliated with other people rather than for MX. But then, like, with regards to media and just gigging, that's been picking up a lot more in the last year. So that's why I'm confident with the 7. Obviously, I'm still trying to do more shows, and you're trying to break away from the whole group situation.
So now then, the scene in Durban, right? What is it like, you know, with regards to the rapping? I mean, obviously, Durban dominated the house scene, big dance culture there, you know. Is there a new generation of kids in Durban that are like, yo, hip-hop is the thing? What is the scene like right now in Durban?
It's very, okay, this might sound crazy, but like, I kid you not, between us 3, we know about like 50 nasty C's in Durban. And when I say that respectfully, because there's a lot of hungry, talented kids. So hip hop is an actual thing in Durban. You know, like, the shows, it's not just about the club. So you find guys creating their own cliques, their own movements, throwing their own shows. So I would say that KZN, and it, as it always has been, is in a very healthy position. It's just that now we're in a position where it's actually recognized, where there's different types of styles, there's different, you know, like, it's not just one-dimensional. You know, like, people, the perception about Durban used to be like Zulu Boy, Azagwe, or Duncan, but now it's more like, yo, homies are versatile and technical out there, very musical as well. So it is in a healthy space, you know. That's why we're doing what we're doing. We're just trying to get out. Like, we're working with a lot of young producers, obviously a few established guys as well. But I can confidently say it's in a healthy space.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that you guys do have, like Zulu Boys, that you are Zulu Boys.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I know that seems cheesy, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
But it's the truth.
Yeah. Now on the album, I see that on 2 albums, you know, Nasty C's featured, and you talked about him just now.
Yeah.
I mean, what has that inspired from kids in Durban? I mean, his success. What has it inspired from kids in Durban? Because you also have your guys like A1 Wolf who've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Nasty has just shot up to star status.
Yeah.
Both of these cats, you know, what's their spot in Durban with regards to just like the culture and how people view them?
Yeah, like with Nasty, Nuts, we come from the same era as A1 Wolf. And as you said, Nasty just shut up, you know. He changed like the game also in terms of like youngsters rapping, you know, and his musical ability is crazy. So A1 and Nasty right now, are doing very well for the city, and everyone's looking up to them because we didn't think it was possible to be at that level. For me, like Nasty C is one of the best in Africa right now, you know, in terms of rapping.
Facts.
Yeah.
With all
So
the other 50 they just mentioned. I'm just
Other
saying,
fif-
it
other
just
artists.
Oh,
says
yeah.
50,
Yeah.
50 Nasty C's.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So are you saying,
No, that's not a
He-
shot. That's just the state of the Durban culture.
I'm saying rappers that are rapping like him type thing?
Oh, in Durban.
Because I got it like, you mean like there are 50 like sort of rappers like, you know, who'd spit like Nasty. Is that what you
no,
mean?
he means also there's a lot of kids that are coming up who are rapping like Nasty C. Yeah,
okay,
because
okay.
that's how much Nasty C has changed the game in Durban. It's like if we were wearing a brand and we popping off, everyone's like, okay, I'm gonna wear that brand. So that's how big Nasty C is as a brand. Yeah. So we're with Nasty.
Gotta ask because, you know,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't know.
it's interpretation.
So with Nasty also, this is facts. With Nasty also, when he was coming up, his manager hit me up to be the first to record with him, you know, just to push Nasty. And I did a song with him called Aim.
Yeah.
It did well. Then I also put him on the Zasha remix, which trained it for some time in in South Africa. So that's where also other people got introduced to Nasty.
Alright. So right now, I mean, obviously you guys are moving together. Is there a stable that you have together, or is it just brotherhood?
Yeah, practically it's brotherhood and us just pushing music together. There's no stable, there's no heavy marketing company. We're just doing everything ourselves.
So I mean, because I'm asking these for all the independent kids that are watching right now. You know, it's almost like, is this a testimony of you can do it for yourself, basically?
Yeah, basically it's also we want the independent tour to be bigger. So hopefully, as it carries on, we can help other upcoming artists who need help with the tour. So this is basically like trying out to see how a tour works. Yeah. So even when we applied for Concert SA, most of the guys who applied for Concert SA Afropop, rock bands, you know. So when we did it, we were thinking international, how they do their tours, how they write everything out. Big Sean and Wiz Khalifa. So we are doing all that, you know, by ourselves. So we had to take a segment of how they do it in the States, and we put it in South Africa to show Wuti how a tour works. You don't need a lot of money to make history, but your mind and your talent and your hard work, and be aggressive with what you want to achieve.
And you can create your own niche just through shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that could be something totally different that's not in the market already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, cool. I mean, as independent artists also from Durban, the biggest challenge to kind of come out and get your stuff out, what do you guys feel that is the thing that's always on the way? And how important is radio for you guys?
Radio is always a bit tricky. Because let's say you meet up with someone, it's like, oh, you're a radio DJ, and so forth, and you speak, you're like, okay, sharp. But you don't realize that most of the time you have to speak to the producer of the show, you know. So like with a lot of people, they don't understand the logistics of going to radio. Some people believe that I'm gonna print a CD and drop it off at the radio station. I'm good, they're gonna play it. Because you find like a lot of people will drop their music and it actually doesn't get played, you know. Like radio is very difficult, especially in Durban, because I also have this thing is they always look towards Joburg to see what's good. Like people never tend to start at home, and even boils down to how they even do bookings for shows. They always go for the bigger artists, you know. Then with the local artists, they'll hit you with the so and so and so and many more.
Many
So,
more live.
sometimes the biggest problem is getting out of that phrase many more. You get what I'm saying? Then just getting out in general is just hard because
You want to get into the phrase, the pay me more.
well, yeah,
How many shows have you done?
because they hit you with the arts, a platform free promo.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
You know, but what was I on about?
Talking about radio.
Yeah,
Radio.
So even with coming out, the issue is people don't give you the information needed. You know, you make the wrong mistakes with the wrong people, and sometimes, you know, first impressions count. So once you shoot your foot in that door, it kind of becomes a bit difficult to go back in. You know.
On my side also with radio, sometimes radio doesn't, if you're unknown rapper or artist, they don't give you the time of day. With me, luckily, when you came through with the Slicker on Life, it helped me a lot. Since I dropped Zasha, I've been on radio. So like social media also helps when you get those downloads and everything. So I like to say shout out to Slicker on Life on my side, because you've helped me even get shows because of how my downloads were doing and people recognizing my music on that site.
Shit, I should be getting a commission for this. Oh, my bro.
Siyabangena ibuyile i-trendsetter Fana kithi sobona amanga ibuyile i-trendsetter